Hi Leo, welcome to your reading for November 2022. I'm a little late, I know, I apologize. This will be for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively guided. Some of you may be in love with the Leo and you just want to see where their energy is at. If that's the case, just know that your guides know that, so there'll be messages for you on top of it. So, whatever brought you, welcome. I want to give a shout out to the Leos in my life. My grandson, Lexington's on the 23rd of July. My mother was August 5th. My son, who has crossed over, was August 12th. And Sam, who I'm with, is right on the cusp. He's on the 23rd of August. So he wants to claim that he's a Leo, but at least in Western astrology, he's a Virgo. And I feel the Virgo in him. So, but I also see parts of Leo in him too. So anyways, I love Leo, period. So, let's go ahead and get into your reading. We're going to use 4 different decks, guys. We're going to use our Mother Mary for our words of wisdom. We're going to use, you probably know by now, the deck that just kind of like showed up out of nowhere. So I decided, okay, I'm going to pull it in. I don't have a name. I don't have a book. I don't have a box. Just the deck was sitting there. And I just know they weren't there before, so I don't know. So I pulled them in for this month, and I have to tell you, they've been pretty profound. So, 1 or 2 out of that. And for your main spread, we're going to use the Light Tarot. Not a normal deck I would use for you, but I just felt like I needed, that was the right one. And then we're going to use over here the Gilded Tarot to go a level deeper, if you dare. That's why these readings aren't short. We get into it. It's like we don't need to just see the big picture, right? We want to know the root of the problem. How can we eliminate the root? Pull out the whole root, right? Because I just get the stem, the root's still there. The weeds are going to continue to grow. All right. So let's begin. All right. Let's start with Mother Mary. I'm going to give her a couple shuffles. Even though I do shuffle everything before, I meditate on you. I talk to my guides. I ask them to please give me a very clear reading for you. It doesn't have to be clear to me, but it has to be clear to you. Because I know there's sometimes I say things or do something that may make no sense to me, and it makes perfect sense to you. So I've learned to trust that. Okay, let's begin. Well, that did not take long, and I like how they just kind of floated out. Joy. Beautiful. Joy. By enjoying this moment, I am giving thanks to God for my life. By enjoying this moment, I am giving thanks to God for my life. Joy. Like the 3 of Cups. Tenderness. Sounds like a song. Joy and tenderness. Tenderness. I am both gentle and powerful. I am both gentle and powerful. Feels like the Empress, right? Feels like the Empress's card, joy. So, it's definitely calling you to the present moment, right? Because it's saying this is where you'll find your joy. Not back there, not out there, but in the present moment, creating from the present moment. And then I feel like this is the remembrance of who you are and who you've become, right? Gentle and strong. And both. All right, let's bring in the, I don't know their name. Let's give them a shuffle. Let's give them 2 shuffles. give him a cut. Okay. I wasn't planning on taking 3, but I felt these 3 were calling. So, all right, we have ego. Ego. The illusion of being trapped. Accept responsibility for your situation and then make choices that support your path to happiness. Addictions or unhealthy habits. Okay. We have the Ace of Wands. An amazing opportunity. Be bold, courageous, and optimistic. Now is the time to take action. Do what you're passionate about. An amazing opportunity. Be bold and courageous and optimistic. Now is the time to take action. And then we have it feels like the 5 of Wands. Conflict with others caused by opposing opinions. Let me reread that. Conflicts with others caused by opposing opinions. Walk away from drama unless the situation is really worth your time. Then stand up for yourself. Very ambitious people. Conflicts with others caused by opposing opinions. Walk away from drama unless the situation is really worth your time. Very ambitious people. An amazing opportunity. You know, it's like, I feel like this is like ego, and then this 5 of Wands. It feels like, you know, it's right around this ace. And this ace is what's bringing in this like these amazing opportunities. So, you know, this could talk about energy that I need to, or at least I have the opportunity to clear. So when this amazing opportunity comes in, when's it going to come in? You'll be in the present moment. You can then better take advantage of it. And don't forget, first card out was joy. Okay. Let's put them out, and let's get into the tarot portion, the main spread. Try a little joy and tenderness. Alright, I'm going to give them a cut. And I feel like shuffling for your cards, so I'm going to shuffle. I feel like this eclipse season is about like the final frontier. It's like really clearing out the cobwebs, so that I feel like there can be fresh new beginnings. But it's like the cobwebs have to go. You know, like I have my blinds down and I need to lift them up and let the sun in. Look at that strength card, your card. Okay, here they all come now. So the first card is strength card. Interesting because it's very close to the energy of tenderness, gentle and powerful at the same time. This person, is half lion, half woman. She's become this way because she's battled, she's had battles that she's had to overcome. And this is about the self. Like, and listen, it could be other people that draw me into like drama, but then it's up to me, like, I guess it's up my reaction, right? I don't have to react in an ego type energy. I don't know. I love the little lamb on her lap. Strength card. Card of Leo. And then we have Judgment. So again, you're being called to the present moment. It's almost like what needed to be overcome, it's time. It's like, it's time. Now, what does that mean? Like, dun 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 dun. Well, I guess what it means that if I don't start clearing it, then I better plan on carrying it with me. And some of this energy, I just don't feel like you want to carry with you, because it feels like, again, if I'm around difficult people, but then Mother Mary's saying there's, joy heading your way. Ace of Wands, amazing opportunities. Strength card. I like the 8 on her arm. As above, so below. The infinity. As above, so below. That means above is available to me. It's not even above. It's all around me. Anyways, Judgment. About a rebirth. We have the Knight of Wands. And interesting, we have 2 knights. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Well, okay, so Strength card first, right? I'm overcoming, clearing out the cobwebs to what I can, at least. And then I'm realizing, maybe some of that is, like energy I've just been carrying around that doesn't even belong to me, right? It's coming back to yourself. It's you controlling you. And, maybe it is the remembrance that you are, that you stay gentle and tender, but also that you're powerful and strong. And I feel like I had that realization, and then, boom, it's time for something. Judgment is calling you to the present moment so that you will be available for what we'll call a rebirth. Feels like love. I mean, here is the Knight of Cups over there. Doesn't have to be, but he does have red roses. He feels like he's being very patient. It's interesting because I feel like, and then we have the Knight of Wands. This could certainly be 2 people at a younger time. And I feel like this Knight of Wands was very carefree, very, went to the beat of her own drum. Maybe even done some, like, what, I don't know, I feel like amazing things, like could have gone on a safari and, and then I feel like this knight is different, even though it's cups. He feels very earthy to me, like patient, and almost like I gotta let this knight experience life the way the night was meant to. Listen, and when I'm in that energy, it's easy to end up like around different type of people, but I think it's coming back to oneself. Maybe I was a carefree type of person, and life changed me. But I feel like this is about changing back. Right? Because, be who you are. And then I feel like this knight knows that they have to be patient. You know, it's almost like I gotta let them experience what it is they need to experience. But yet I'll wait. Reminds me of that Bruno Mars song where he's, I think it was Bruno Mars sitting at the corner or standing at the corner, like where they first met. Okay, well, with the Ace of Swords under the Strength card, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Could even be on the cusp for some of you. This Queen of Pentacles is like connecting. She's like connecting up, you know, connecting to her guides. I almost feel like it's me. I almost feel like it's me connecting for you and then bringing you the message. That's what it feels like. Now, maybe that means that's you, but for some reason, I'm feeling it's me bringing the message in for you from your guides. And then I can say that also because, you know, there's my son's card right there who I know is my guide. But anyways, I also feel this may be communication in some form that's coming in. Or, hey, listen, maybe it's you making it. Maybe it's you making it. Maybe you're making a call or reaching out in some way and to someone that maybe you've thought about for a while. And I feel like if that's the case, like, you know, it's like they're patiently waiting. Now, I don't mean like they're not living their life. They're living their life. But I feel like you reside in their heart. Interesting. It's like you reside in their heart. Maybe they reside in your heart. But nonetheless, I feel like this Knight of Cups just knew that the patience had to come from him or her. Why? Because I feel like, you know, maybe if I tried to like intervene or, you know, have it my way, maybe I feel like this person may have regretted it. You know, like I didn't want them to have any regrets. Interesting how very patient I find this Knight is. There's a letter there. There's a letter there. Maybe I write him a letter. And in the letter, I say, if you're interested, meet me at such and such park at such and such time. And there he is. Okay. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Two eights. Can talk about two different new beginnings, you know what I mean? Like two new things starting in your life or changing. Eight of Pentacles, I like the Eight of Pentacles energy because it says, you know, anything you focus on in that energy, that's what you're going to grow. Interesting that the woman in the Eight of Pentacles is looking back to the Queen of Pentacles. And again, the Queen of Pentacles almost feels like she's in a meditative state, connecting to above. And I don't know, it's almost like someone like writing a book, creating a business. You know, maybe you're the one who has this connection. You know, maybe you don't believe it yet. maybe that's what makes you different than maybe everyone else around you. And that may be, hard. But nonetheless, I feel like don't let it stop you. I feel like, I kind of feel like you went off the beaten path as it relates to how you decided to make your pentacles, or how you are deciding to make your pentacles. It feels like a little off the beaten path. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It's right. It definitely feels right for you. And, I just feel like anybody who disagrees, well, I feel like they're wrong. They can have their opinions, right? But I feel like absolutely it just feels right to me. We have the Five of Wands. Okay, I don't like the Five of Wands coming under this night. I was feeling so many good things about him. Tell me, I want to know more. I want to know why that 5 came out right there. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. And then we have the Star, card of Aquarius. Interesting. Okay. Excuse me. This makes me feel that for some, this is about a relationship that once was. I feel like it's love. I guess it didn't have to be, but I feel like at that time, I feel like the energy was just much darker. Even though I don't want to, it's interesting because I feel like there was a lot of love and laughter and this and that, but I also feel, the devil can make you feel tied to it, right? But it's really illusionary. And the Star is about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. I feel like I had to go after my dreams. I had to go after my, and maybe at one time this night wasn't so patient. Maybe there was a disagreement over that. But you know what? Sometimes I feel like there's things that, like, our soul does come to experience love, of course, but in all different forms. And one of those forms is a love for what you do, right? Even if it's like hard work, there still seems to be a love, and I feel like there's something like that I'm chasing. When I'm not even chasing it. But anyway, long story short, I do feel at one time there was probably a lot of arguing. And could have ended abruptly, right? Boom, just ended. And then one went off and started that journey of that dream. And what I was going to say is, again, like, but Sandy, that hurt if you're, the one where the other one went off and chased their dreams. I get it. But when we look at it, because each has their own dream. Anyway, I think I'm trying to go too deep there. We have the Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I'm thinking about doing something. I'm not even thinking. This is almost like, this is making a plan, right? She's got the map. Interesting, because here's this knight, right? Just sitting on a chair. He rode in on his white horse. Has that letter. I don't know if he sent it or he received it, but I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. Again, if maybe this is even like spiritually. But I do feel like, I'm going to be where I said I'm going to be. And then the Two of Wands. Well, she's got the map. She's got the world. She's looking out all that glass. She's got her wand. I feel like she's about to start a journey. And maybe the Two of Wands is the spark, right? Or maybe the Ace of Wands was that spark to get you into the Two of Wands energy. And this is where, again, I'm not really thinking, I'm not like overthinking this. I'm doing it, right? I can still put a plan in place. Doesn't mean I'm not going to use my logical mind, but like there's not a question to me. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot, and let's go deeper. For some of you, this could certainly represent a Capricorn, the Devil, and for some of you, the Star could certainly represent an Aquarius. Because I feel like the Knight of Cups is, could be water, but I feel like it's about what this Knight is bringing in, what this Knight brings into your world, and it's a cup. And his cup just so happens to be red roses. And then the Knight of Wands. What kind of energy is that? That's very action-oriented, desirable, passion, right? Following that. And I feel like, I followed it in my career, and now maybe I'm going to follow it in my love life. And again, I feel the energy of like doing something off the beaten path, and it may have taken a while just to know that it's okay. That you were doing just what your soul wanted to do. Put it that way. Alright. But we're not going to deny that the Strength card doesn't want us to look, right? It wants to look at it. It wants us to look at ourselves. It wants us to remember that we are gentle and we are powerful. And how we react is a choice. I don't know. I just feel like I had to come to that state. And once I come to that state, then, and I feel like, again, the Ace and the Two have been like this spark. Maybe you don't even know it. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel. We have the Four of Swords in reverse over the Strength card. It's almost like refusing healing. Can be even refusing to see my part in it. And again, that doesn't mean blame. That just means your part, right? Like we all play a part in every role in life. So what was my part in it? I also feel like, in a way though, this is like allowing those swords to drop out of the heart. Look at this, also in reverse. Well, I love the Nine of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords in the upright would certainly need healing. Maybe this is a period you've been going through. Maybe you've been going through like this, we'll call it a healing period, right? And it's like healing of the heart, healing of the mind. But also the understanding of my own part in it, right? And not becoming hard and cold, all of that. And the Nine of Swords is, extreme worry over something, over a rebirth. But I feel like it's like, damn, I'm going to do it anyway. I feel like you're moving out of these fear-based energies, and you're moving into this wand, very natural. Well, we're moving from Scorpio into Sagittarius. And then November 8th, I think, is lunar eclipse in Taurus. I feel like you're going to be fine in all of them. Anyway, how do I love this Nine of Swords in reverse? And by the way, it's coming right over Judgment. So it may say, like, this is what you really want to look at. This is what would stop any growth in my life. Because in the Nine of Swords, I start to expect daggers. I start to expect doom, and damn it, I keep getting doom. But it's almost like I got to look at my thought process. Now, I'm not saying that you can control others, but maybe it's about your life, right? And like taking your power back, right? And refusing to live in this type of energy. This can turn into isolation, depression, sleepless nights. But the worry, again, it doesn't serve you. And that's why it's unnecessary. That's the message, is like, you know, if I stay in the Nine of Swords energy, it manifests. It's going to manifest itself. Whether that means more reasons to feel that way, or it shows itself again through my body, through my health. But it's in reverse. So I feel like this is the end. This is what you've been overcoming. And I feel like it's go time. I feel like it's go time. You know, I feel like some of you have reflected upon a lot of those swords, and you've had real understanding, like spiritual understanding, spiritual clarity. Look at Three Swords in reverse. Now, I just realized I do have my whole deck in reverse, so that kind of makes sense. Then I see this Knight of Cups on the bottom. Interesting. I'm going to turn it back in the upright. So even if let's say I turn this all around, right? Because my deck was backwards. But in a way, it feels very fitting just the way it is. So maybe I was just meant to have these three cards in reverse. Three Swords in reverse, it means heartache is no longer blocking or stopping me from adventures. You know, it's interesting because I remember my daughter was going into a relationship and she said, well, I'd rather give it all love and take the chance of getting hurt, she's like, than not. And I immediately thought to myself, but you know, but then then the end comes, right? And then the hurt comes. Now, I don't know why I said that. I'm not trying to talk you out of anything. Okay, let's keep going. It's interesting how we saw the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom, or the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And then here he is on the table. We have the Three of Cups. Well, there's your joy. Our very first card, joy. Here it is. In the Three of Cups. That's what it means. It's celebrations. Six of Wands. Victory. I like that it's in the Wands energy. First of all, you know, I could have been like surrounding myself with people that when I talk, like they look at me like, you know, like I have a third eye. And I just might be around the wrong people. Because here, there feels like, not only do I feel like this is talking about like a path that you're either choosing or you have chosen that seems somewhat off the beaten path, but that's just people outside of this. I don't know. What am I holding? Anyways, this feels like, coming over the Ace of Swords, it feels like your voice being heard. Not just heard, but being looked up to. Actions taken. You know, Two of Wands. Will I be victorious on this journey? And the answer is yes. The Hermit. Interesting. Card of Virgo coming over the Queen of Pentacles. And it's interesting because I felt this was me, which I don't know. I probably have maybe said twice in a reading. And it is a Virgo. And I am a Virgo. And there is a 9 above it, by the way. I just realized that. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles. You know what I feel like? I feel like you're moving from a period of, I don't want to say no work, because yes, you're working, but your work feels even more important. And I feel like for those who are about to take this adventure, again, do you even know if this night is going to be here? I don't think so, because it's unexpected, right? But at the same time, it's like, almost like I'm going to go anyway. And listen, I don't think it came overnight. I'm looking at the 2 of Pentacles under the 3 of Swords. You know, I may have waited out a little bit, but this now I feel like is putting me into action with the Queen of Cups. Well, she's definitely a queen that would receive that cup. Okay. I feel like some of you, you know, you just have some talents that, and I'm saying talents, but I mean it in such a variety of ways, because I also feel like your experiences, you know, being put, you like using it as a platform and helping others. And maybe it's never what I planned, it's just how it happened. You know, and if that's happening to you, trust in that, right? And then the Hermit here, you know, there's definitely some spiritual wisdom, especially with that 9 of Swords in reverse. Hey, listen, I probably walked through the dark night of the soul, but now I'm coming out the other end. The Hermit can certainly be a spiritual teacher, because the Hermit is illuminating that 8 of Pentacles. Again, if I focus, listen, can I focus on my Pentacles and focus on love? Of course you can. That's what life is, finding that balance. But I feel like if there is any question about what you're doing, let's just say to make your Pentacles, I don't think you need to question it any longer. Look at that, the Tower. But it's in reverse, and clearly it flipped itself around. I might be forgiving someone. There may be some type of forgiveness. I definitely feel there's some type of connection to, you know, I again feel these nights are of younger people. You know, we like an earlier time that we tried it. Now, I don't know how much time was put in that, because, again, I feel like one definitely felt like they had a dream to chase, and I feel like the other, even though I do feel like there was probably conflict around that, and I feel like the main reason because it would take you away, or vice versa, however it's playing for you, right? It takes you away from me. But the Tower's in reverse, as is the 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. So I feel like it feels like forgiveness, and then brand new, even if it was old, right? Even if it was old, this is like brand new. It's the energy of joy. It's funny because coming up against another 3, the 3 of Swords, but this, again, it's in reverse. This is in the upright. It's interesting, too, how the Tower in reverse covered up the Devil. You know, I could have at one time felt like I was tied to something, and that was an illusion. Maybe I thought we were meant to be together. You know, whatever it is. And I want to say it feels more of a dark type of thought, because I feel like that was an illusion. And I think the Tower covering that up, I feel like and the Strength card coming out, right? No matter what, I feel like there's no way you could be bringing someone imbalanced in if you yourself have now found balance. Anyway, I think the Tower in reverse is just... We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be a Gemini sitting next to the Hermit. Both share Mercury. Look at this. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Wow. I always love seeing the Knight of Pentacles. So another Knight. Maybe if 3 changes coming. This Knight is bringing a Pentacle into your life. This is something that took time. It called for patience. It just did. This is loyalty. And I feel like it's just talking about potentially the next love in your life. Even if this is old love, there feels like whatever the problems were. And listen, because first of all, we've evolved. I've evolved. They've evolved. I feel like we both want each other. And the Knight of Pentacles is, I feel like, guardian angel who's bringing this pentacle in to expand your world. All right, one more. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know who's reaching out to who, but I feel like who's ever in this 2 of Wands, the minute the communication comes in, there I go. Now, I don't know if it means I'm physically leaving where I'm at or whatever it means. It's like I'm taking this adventure. All right, we have the 8 of Cups, another 8. So we have, I think, 3 8s. But this is about your emotional house. This is finding clarity within that emotional house. You know, it's cleaning those cobwebs. I don't want to bring them with me. I do not want those cobwebs in my brand new home. It's clarity over the past. And what I cannot clarify, maybe I'm just not meant to. So this is the walking away from the, you know, any type of emotional distress. You know what I mean? Well, hello, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. And then look at this. We have the Queen of Pentacles again. I don't know. Some of you can even talk about dream businesses. Like, no kidding. Like, I feel like your pentacles are on fire. I feel like, especially for those who are doing, and I'm saying it like something off the beaten path, but that's only to certain people. You know what I mean? Because I feel like your people get you. And it's almost like the boldness of taking this action. The boldness of taking this action. Maybe what I speak about later. Queen of Pentacles can talk about, because she's someone who picks up those details that other people miss. Again, that could be your specialty. You don't have to be the Queen of Pentacles to do that, but I do feel like you got to calm the mind. I feel like it's very hard to pull the wool over the Queen of Pentacles' eyes. And I'm not even sure why I'm saying that, but I feel like that's maybe someone's worry. You know, I also feel like who's ever in this Knight of Wands energy may now be this Queen of Pentacles energy again. It doesn't matter the sign. It just means like I went off, like I followed my own path. And in the Queen of Pentacles, I often feel she's a business owner or the leader or a supervisor, manager, that type, you know, and it's because of her specialty. It's because of that. So I feel like it almost feels like, so she has now evolved into the queen, right? And this knight evolving into the king. Interesting that they're marrying each other. She's got the Ace of Wands beside her, so it may be the female taking the risk. You know, I'm going to say the risk, but at the same time, I don't know, because now I have the Knight of Pentacles. You know, and what's in between all of that? The Eight of Cups. I am not going to let the cobwebs of yesteryear influence my today or my tomorrow. Eight of Cups, by the way, I just realized coming right over the Eight of Pentacles too. I see the Two of Pentacles now with this Ace of Wands right there. You know, it's like using the logical mind instead of the fear-based mind. In all things in my life, you know, is it going to expand my life or is it going to deflate my life? You know, I feel like this adventurous soul, like, I just want to let her go. Let her live. Let her experience. I feel like here's someone waiting at the corner. Maybe pre-planned. I don't know. Interesting, she's got the world. It could be, I could be on the other side of the world. Interesting, she's also got the a VW bus. Volkswagen bus. I know it's from the 70s because I grew up. My father was at that time managing a Volkswagen dealership, and we drove a bus, and in everywhere we went in the bus. So I don't know, maybe some of you it means you're going back home. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna leave it there. I think I'm just gonna leave it there. I feel like I'm not sure where else could go. But I do think we should read Joy. Joy. Mother Mary guides you to enjoy this moment and the next, regardless of what you're experiencing. As you cultivate the ability to find joy in the present, you pull to you more reasons to be joyful. In every situation, you have opportunities to find blessings. Your happiness inspires others to transform their own sorrow into bliss. Mother Mary counsels you to use only loving words when you speak, think, or write. Avoid pessimistic discussions with yourself or others, as it's essential for you to surround yourself with the highest energy available. By doing so, you'll witness miraculous healings, experience new opportunities, and attract wonderful relationships. Amen. I mean, it's like all tied back to the beginning. I love you guys. I'm sorry I'm late, but at the same time, maybe it's exactly when you're meant to have it. I'm just going to thank you for everything you do. Remind you of the membership program I have. Remind you also of personal readings, because I do get a lot during this time, and that puts more time, like have to wait longer. So and then I usually take a break after the holidays because I'm going to need it. So all that information is below, just so you know that, because a lot of people put in the comments, so I just want you to know it's in the more detailed section, all of that. So anyways, I thank you guys. I love you guys. This looks pretty amazing, I must say. And I feel like if you feel at all, like even like this tingling of an adventurous spirit within you, follow it. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.